All right, today is Monday. It's the rundown. It is June 4th. It is brought to you by Lisa Mattresses, Mattresses, Mattresses. Click on the link below. You know the deal by now. If you haven't done it, you're asleep. $75. Doesn't matter.
I like that.
What?
You're asleep.
No pun intended, but intended. But not really intended.
Yeah, that was totally natural, but it was good.
You get to keep the $75 off. So it's like putting it in a bank. Eventually, you're going to need a new mattress. By the way, that is one of the things I said, I think, on last week, that luggage was a huge purchase. Get good luggage. Mattresses, not redoing your mattress. I feel like almost all guys do that. It's like I'll just sleep on the same mattress for 2 decades. New mattresses matter. And you get a great mattress from Lisa, $75 off. Okay. So NBA Finals. LeBron. We can talk about the game. No one's really talking about the game. It was close for a half. LeBron just ran out of gas. That's what happened. He got tired, started settling for jump shots instead of driving. But the post game is when it went down. Because LeBron, in moves that only LeBron can do, said until further notice, he will not be doing post-game press conferences at the podium. He will do it at his locker. He says he doesn't like the way they run them. I've done the math. In 2010 was the last time LeBron skipped a post-game press conference. That is also when the Celtics beat him in the playoffs, and he just left. I find it very convenient, very interesting that after a loss is when he do it. There is no chance in the world, if the Cavs win that game, that he doesn't go talk about Kendrick Lamar and the series and all that.
With a big hat on.
There is
that's what I
no
said. Sunglasses,
chance.
he probably bring his kids out.
Yeah.
The further notice is as soon as the Cavs win a game.
If the Cavs
If
win,
Cavs
he'll
win
be
game
back.
3, that's further notice.
And then we also had him stuffing that poor newspaper lifelong.
Okay, that reporter asked the dumbest question
I don't
ever.
think it was a dumb question.
LeBron, you feel this is a case where you guys should defend home court at this point?
Well, I mean, are you a smart guy?
I think so.
I think so, right? So if we don't defend home court, what happens?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
I'm asking you.
Well, yeah, then you guys are looking at getting swept.
All right. So that answers your question.
What, Dave?
I don't.
They asked, do you think you have to defend home court? Dave, they lose the series if they lose a
I
game
get
at
that.
home.
I interpreted that question as they got blown out in the first 2 games. Is that just simply, of course, that's what they're supposed to do. It's home court.
I don't know.
Do you think that's a fair question?
That's kind of a
2-0.
dumb question, but there is.
I don't think that's a dumb question.
I mean, it's not like the deepest question, but yes, I think you're very entitled to say, are you heading home and you think that this series
does it
is gonna
matter
turn
whether
in
you
Cleveland?
lost by 1 or 100?
Right.
It's home court. That's what they're supposed to do.
Right.
Come see us on our home
But when you
court.
say, do you need to defend home court when you're down 2-0 and you're heading home is fucking dumb.
no
do you think LeBron only answers like that after losses? That guy was a hardworking newspaper journalist who's probably spent his whole life trying to build up. That was character assassination.
Dude,
That was a bad question.
That was character
It's a
assassination.
bad
question.
Imagine going
Could
home
he-
and seeing your
could-
kids if you're that reporter.
Could LeBron have just given the answer of like,
Yeah,
we're going to
probably.
You can always give the canned answer, but then we get on athletes
But
for never
can't-
being honest.
Right.
And this guy's pissed
and you
off. He's
also
honest,
can't.
and now we're giving him
Dave,
shit.
you can't. The internet sucks Greg Popovich's dick every time.
Right.
He's an asshole to reporters.
Agreed.
Because
And
he's giving
Belichick-
away.
I like
Belichick.
Belichick. My problem,
That was the exact same thing
but
in
he's
my
only
case.
he's only a dick when they lose.
Whether that's the case or not, like I understand. We all agree LeBron is a front runner, always has been. But a dumb question gets a dumb answer in my mind.
What do you think
Or
of Kendrick
when it
Lamar's?
does, you
What
can't
do you,
flip out
is
about
this
it.
a dumb question at a post-case press conference? What do you think of Kendrick Lamar's album?
No,
to
great
which
question.
he replied,
Right.
It's a great
"That's
question.
a great question."
If you've had a chance to listen to the new Kendrick Lamar record some more, I know that you posted on Instagram. But thoughts on that? Is it better than his last one? What are your thoughts?
That's a great question, man.
So
Well, I mean
it's
that was
LeBron.
that was a planted question.
But you can't be with my issue. I like Popovich. I like the wise ass. If LeBron was always that guy, he's only that when he loses. Other than that, every question ever asked is a great question.
I don't even know if I have a problem with that either, though. I don't know. It's like he lost. He got his doors blown off again. And he's not like sunshine and rainbows giving you fucking good
right, if he
answers.
was a-
I don't think
Go
that's
to
crazy.
the podium then.
But
and
if he
say
was
it's
a
stupid.
dick-
That I agree with.
If he
He
was-
should have gone to the podium. But if you're in a bad mood because you lost and you act that way, I don't think that's
And
that bad.
if he was a dick to a reasonable question, I
Right.
would be like, that guy's being like LeBron is being a sore sport. I really did think that question sucked.
But all right, at least be a sore sport at the podium. He acts like they have him.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
waits
of course.
too long.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah,
what
the
Wendy, his
schedule's off.
mouthpiece, tweeted.
Yeah.
That's the best part about LeBron is he could be like, when they asked him, why aren't you at the podium? He's like, I have my reasons I'm not going to say. And then, like,
Windhorse.
as he's saying that, Windhorse
He's
tweets out
literally-
exactly what
it's
LeBron wants
his
to
dummy.
say.
It's like
Yeah.
LeBron's hand is up Windhorse's ass and
But
just fucking talks out of his mouth for him.
I think it's ridiculous if we don't at least note that the Warriors are playing, like, the best basketball of all time. Like, the team basketball they're playing,
And to be honest, I don't think
I
it's
still
maybe
think
even
it's going
peaked.
7.
I think it,
Yeah.
I think it had a lot of turnovers.
you
like, I
still
feel like
think
they
he
haven't
goes
even,
7?
Yeah.
What have you watched that has made you
I think
think
home
that?
court will change it, and if LeBron doesn't get tired, maybe I've said this a bunch, but I tweeted it half sarcastically, half seriously, less choreographed dancing in the locker room, more cardio.
This is
'Cause
though-
if you can't stop him when he goes to the rim, and he just he was gassed.
Yeah, but this is because he has to play defense on like Kevin Durant and like he has to do all these things for his team. Kevin Durant, he knew going into this series, he has to be the best player on the court every single game for people to like lessen the whole like you went to the Warriors, and he's done it. The game 1 and 2, he was like, it's so easy. How he is playing makes it look so easy.
Yeah, well, he's a 7 foot.
I hate that he did it, but when he wins MVP this series, he kind of
And watching this
Doesn't-
team, I
that
wrote the
doesn't
blog, like the
change
super
anything.
teams.
It kinda does,
Super
though.
teams,
It
I'd
kinda
rather
does.
not there be super teams, but watching the Warriors play basketball is basketball porn.
If Durant was, if Curry and Klay Thompson were lighting it up and Durant was just there, it would be much different than
Yes.
what's going on right now.
I not to shift this
Durant's
back
team.
to.
LeBron,
I still think it's Curry's team.
No, it's
not
Durant's
right,
team.
not right now, and not like
The way
after
and he's
this.
playing and what Durant's doing on defense too. I mean, what Clay's doing on defense, like Curry can't play defense like those guys.
I off the court, I think if you asked like Warrior fans, like
Who
whose
is
team
it?
in
It's
it, they'd
Steph.
say Steph Curry's.
I don't know.
No, I think just because
think it'd be a
just 'cause
toss-up now.
I think it's just a matter of time. Like you give it a couple more years, and
They need a shot. Durant is the guy who's taking that shot.
That's a different question.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So that to me is his team. Yeah, I mean, yeah. What I mean, in terms of like who commands the locker room, is probably Draymond. He's probably the real answer. But in terms
oh,
of like,
it's actually Steve Curry's back.
yeah,
See?
see,
But
but I'm
all right,
saying like
so
the
two
guy
questions.
who's taking the
Who's
shot.
the face of the team?
I still would say Steph Curry.
Steph
I mean,
Curry.
yeah, marketing wise, probably Steph Curry. I guess
Marketing-wise,
we've now
fans-wise.
we've covered everything. Who's
Also,
who's the face of the bench? Like,
I'm going to look into the camera. If Golden State finishes this off, I still think the series is up for grabs. I still do. If they finish this off and LeBron starts whining about how he doesn't have enough help in super teams, which I know he's going to do, I'm going to lose my mind. And that's just a preface because
you're the GM, LeBron.
And
You're the GM.
it's the old commercial when they find the weed in the kid's room, and he's like, "Where'd you learn this?" He's like, "I learned it from you, Dad." That's without LeBron going to the Heat.
Super teams.
Durant is not on
Right.
Golden State. No chance. So don't do that. And if you're going to do it, at least do it at the podium.
And some Cavs fans were doing that today, that's wild to me.
Cavs fans were complaining about super teams.
No, they were complaining about the fairness. 2 games into the NBA Finals.
That's crazy.
You cannot complain about fairness
What do you
in
mean,
professional
fairness?
sports. They're like, it's just unfair that Kevin Durant joined a 73
That's
win
the
team.
Cavs were doing.
I-
Although Cavs fans sort of could do it, I guess. They were on the.
Yeah, but
On
the,
the- yeah,
but the
that's
whole
true.
reason that their super team got created was because LeBron left and they got
Yeah.
a bunch
Yeah,
of
it's
first-
tough.
Also,
It's
that
tough
team,
for them.
They
It would
were a
be
super
Heat
team
fans
a series
complaining.
ago
Right.
against the Celtics.
Right.
It was Kyrie. It was Love. We were talking about who's the better player, Kyrie or LeBron.
I just don't
And now all of a sudden they're up against a juggernaut, and it's like, well, this
Why
is not
do I
fair.
think
It's like,
Kyrie played poorly yesterday?
Right, and I don't understand the Cavs. Like the only way they can win this series is slowing it down and basically making it a scrap. And they just don't have they didn't
can't do that
create the
either.
personnel for
Right.
it.
I had the.
They don't
over
have
yesterday.
defensive guys.
Quite an easy bet. Quite an easy bet.
The over?
Oh, my
Oh yeah, I
God.
did too. I took the second half over too, and I hit it with that last 3, with like
good.
the last second.
I hit not my last 9 baseball games.
wow.
Still down for the week. Figure that one out.
By the way, speaking of baseball, I don't know if you jumped on the Astros. Because I
Yes,
want
for the
to,
most
but I
part.
know the minute I do, it's gonna.
I have been on them to a degree. I jumped off them one. I'm probably
What, they won,
6
like,
and
11
1.
in a row or
I'm
something?
probably 6-1 with the
And
Astros. I
they
jumped
scored
off
like
once
20
with
runs
the
a
Twins.
game.
Yeah, I had them the game. They scored like 8 runs in like the 8th inning.
So close to jumping on them.
It's tough. That's a
But you
craps
know
roll.
it's
That's a
gonna
craps
get-
roll when they're just everyone's
And
screaming
then
and,
they keep
yelling.
winning.
And you're just sitting there like,
Right.
it's like I can't go in now. Can't go in. I should have gone in.
I've
then you
been
go in
I've been
seven.
saying can't go in now for like the last 5 games.
Yeah.
They won them all.
Yeah, no, it's tough. That's the worst. That I actually lost Yankees, Orioles. I've been on the wrong side of both those teams for like 2 weeks straight. It's infuriating.
worst.
It's like I have mathematical formulas in front of me on the Yankees and Orioles. The Ryan brothers, Rex, Rob, in Margaritaville, in Nashville. I don't know. They just are hockey guys. I don't know. They have no connection to Nashville, right? They just wanted to watch
They have no
hockey.
connection anywhere, and they're always everywhere.
They don't have a connection to this planet, man. These
Right.
guys are from
Where
outer
are
space.
they?
Rex
No,
Ryan's
they're-
wearing a Bryce Harper uniform.
I know, it's great. So they're at the hockey game, smashing the car. Then they're in a fight, and you got Rob Ryan. He's like choking a guy, and they just look like two fucking manatees, like these two huge like creatures moving in slow motion. I've been meaning to write the blog. I didn't see it till I wake up. My thing with it is, do they win these fights? Because they're super dirty, I'm sure, like bottles on head. They're also slow movers.
Yes.
Like super slow.
And they're also
Yeah.
so fucked up at all times.
Yeah.
They're
so
clearly just bombed.
are they like the guys that, beat people up, or do they end up getting beat up?
I don't think they would win a fight, like if it actually became a fight, but they win the shoving bar, like,
Shit talk.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
fuck you, no fuck you,
Yeah.
shoving
They have
each
like
other
some
around.
dumb one-liners,
Right,
like
exactly.
mom jokes or
Quick
something.
choke,
Yeah.
and then everyone gets separated.
They're
They
like-
always win that.
They're like old, washed-up WWF like tag teams.
Dude,
like
you see the margarita? There was like 15 margaritas on their table.
Yeah, I
All,
know.
like I don't know who ordered all that. Those margaritas.
It's actually surprising they haven't entered because it seems like they almost seem like Gronk in that respect, where they legitimately enjoy
wrestle, right?
Yeah.
being like the Ryan brothers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They.
They're
when I
like the
saw
real
them
life Dudley
all
boys.
dressed up. They did it in Buffalo. They go
Mm-hmm.
to hockey games. They put on random jerseys. They were doing the whole tour of spring training in the spring
Yeah.
when they were both fired. They went to like every
That's what
single
I said.
stadium.
I said I'm almost jealous of their failure because I feel like they're like, we tried it, didn't work, now let's just enjoy life.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just-
and they're not
Just
really.
listen to
I
Jimmy
mean,
Buffett and booze it up.
failure in the sense they're both like millionaires.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
have
Like,
great lives.
yeah, they were trying to like win a Super Bowl as a head coach, and now it's like, that's not gonna happen. Let's just fucking enjoy
Right.
it.
Yeah. Okay, we got this New York reporter who, after the terrorist attack, has challenged any ISIS member to a sword fight. No cameras, no police, and if the ISIS person kills this reporter, the reporter will give him 50 grand. Big Cat, what do you got here?
Oof. I mean,
Is there a part of you that wants ISIS to kill this guy?
You have to. If you,
He
if
looks
you
so
say,
ridiculous.
If you say that you don't want that guy to die in a sword fight, at least a little bit, you're lying to yourself.
I'd prefer it not be ISIS if that
Correct.
makes sense.
Correct.
If it could just be, if this was just any takers, and someone,
What if it was,
someone
what if it
random
was
dude.
even like North Korea?
Yeah,
I feel
just
like I
some
could accept
random
that.
dude. Yeah, just be like, hey, I'm actually like I love sword fighting.
What is
and
going
you just,
on with the interns right now? It looks like
They're mobilizing.
There's
something
so
going
many
on.
of them.
Yeah,
There's so many of them.
Mobilizing is a really good. Like waiting to get like when
This-
interns attack or something. I
Right,
don't know
they-
what, like is happening, but there is movement.
It's like if like all the ants in the world like could talk together and like figure it out. They could
Yeah.
like move boulders. That's what the interns
Yeah.
could do if they figured this out.
Or when you're
Just
like
kill us.
sneaky the majority, it's like we could just
Right.
overthrow
Right.
people.
We didn't realize we hired 75 interns for a company with only 60 people.
Yeah, because they're all of a sudden they were all like moving. It was a little odd.
Either way, yes, I'd like to at least see the fight go down. The sword fight.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is like someone from ISIS has to make this challenge.
Yeah.
It
If they
would-
want to be taken seriously.
I think we're all in agreement. We don't agree on everything. ISIS real bad. Have to have an ISIS guy just show up and be like, and the guy.
Or
it would be,
this
like,
is
funny.
fucked up to say, but this is my initial thought when I read this story. If the ISIS guy just shows up and he has a sword and then he just like boom, he blows himself
Yeah.
up with the guy.
That would be bad.
I mean, that would be very on brand for ISIS.
It's very
I think we
on
have to
brand for
cut
ISIS.
this.
It's pretty dark.
I think we
Yeah.
have to cut this.
That would no. I mean,
No, I
that
mean
was dark.
that's what I thought. I mean, they're fucked
dark.
up
That
guys.
is on brand for
Yeah,
ISIS.
no, they're fucked up guys. They do suicide bombs.
They are. They're fucked
That
up.
was the
Well, that was his
immediate
whole
thought.
point. The guy's whole point was like, you do cowardly shit, come fight me. Like
Right,
a
but
man.
that's what that
But
would
that
be
would
an
be
ISIS
funny
move.
Right.
when that guy
Right,
just got
just-
sliced.
Right, but it would be a very ISIS move to just walk up, be like, ready for my sword fight, boom.
Because this guy doesn't think. This guy. The thing about this guy, I get it. He's making news. there's 0.0 chance he's like, oh, ICE is going to show up. So you can make that. It's like, I'll bet you
Right,
$1 billion. Like,
Right.
that's not a real
Bullshit.
bet.
Right.
So the rundown brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Use the code right below the URL, dollarshaveclub.com/barstool, dollarshaveclub.com/barstool. For a limited time, new members get their first month the executive razor with a tube of their Dr. Is that a
Carver.
tube? Yeah, a tube of their Dr. Carver shave butter for $5. Free shipping. After that, it's just a few dollars a month. Dollar Shave Club. I actually now use this on the road. I don't use it at home, I'm not going to lie, but when I'm traveling, I use the Dollar Shave Club. It's good. So sign up for that. Get our get Lewis off my back. Sales guys like we gotta get Dollar Shave Club. Prove that our people actually buy stuff. So Dollar Shave Club.
I use it all the time at home.
You use it at home.
They got a ton of other products too.
Yeah, they do.
They have like
got
hair
hair
gel
products
and everything.
They got
I
everything.
use the hair clay.
Get involved in Dollar Shave Club. Click on the link. Back to the rundown. Phil Mickelson in the news. He says he's going to skip the U.S. Open to attend his daughter's graduation. A little more light has come to this. First of all, at first I was like, I have zero problem with this. I didn't realize that's the one major he hadn't won. So then I'm like, I do have
And
a
he's
problem.
coming second 6 times.
Right.
So it's like
so
the
he's
one
right,
that's always
he's
got to
knocking on the doorstep. Where is the U.S. Open this year?
Maryland. Oh.
Wisconsin. I feel like
Whistling
it's always in
Straits.
Wisconsin.
Is that right?
Eden Prairie.
No, that's Minnesota.
Prairie,
Eden
yeah.
Prairie is Minnesota.
Then let me double check that.
It's really not a big deal.
Aaron Hills.
Aaron Hills, Wisconsin.
Milwaukee. All right. So, but I guess his daughter is the valedictorian. Now we're hearing and giving a speech.
That does
So
change things a little bit.
Now we're back at
little
square one. Knowing the information we know now, he's never won the U.S. Open, but his daughter is giving a speech. What do you got?
The speech is a game changer. I think graduations are fucking stupid in general. I feel like everybody agrees. The people graduating, the people who have to go to the graduation. The U.S. Open's the one that got away, but you're going to be like the scumbag dad who misses your daughter's speech.
I don't think people would be like a scumbag dad.
No. I don't. I'm saying like I think you would feel that way. I feel like yeah.
I don't know. You could videotape it.
I still think you go play golf.
Videotape
Figure it out.
All right, so I don't like to repeat takes, but I want to hear what you guys have to say about my theory that this was very convenient timing for Phil. Tiger is rock bottom. Tiger has no family. He's, got problems, DUI. Phil basically is like, I'm healthy enough to play, but I'm choosing not to play because
I'm such a good
dad.
family man.
Isn't
Nice
Phil-
little juxtaposition
Isn't
there.
Phil like a renowned asshole?
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
think he's real cheap, right?
Well, he did the insider trading
Yeah,
shit.
but I actually thought I
no
heard
problem.
bad rumors.
I don't know if he's cheap. He's a big gambler. So.
He's a huge gambler.
Yeah.
I mean, he was running a gambling.
I don't know
ring
if gamblers
with
can
like
be
wasn't
cheap.
it wasn't
Yeah,
he with like Wayne Gretzky's like wife or something?
No, and he was with the guy Billy whatever from Billy Walters or whatever from Vegas, who's like supposedly hacked gambling.
If you're the daughter, don't you have to be like dad playing the golf?
Dad,
Let him
really
off the
play.
hook.
Win for me.
Absolutely.
Win for me.
Yeah.
That becomes then you make it a
His
story.
daughter is an asshole.
Yeah, Phil shows up and he says, "My daughter said to me today, Dad,
This is where you want
know what
this
would make
in?"
me proud? You winning the U.S. Open."
Yeah,
and
because
then everybody loves it.
Guess what? In 20 years, no one's
Nobody
going to be
cares about
talking
your
about that speech. They're going to be talking whether Phil won the U.S. Open or not. He's no spring chicken. So you play in that tournament, no brainer.
Also, is it not like a Saturday?
So see how you're doing Thursday, Friday. If you're in the mix, go. If you're not,
Do a fucking
yeah.
fake ass injury. Just
Yeah.
like out my arm, and then you go to your thing.
Or just be like, if I'm out of it, nobody would have a problem. If you enter and you're like 15 strokes off but barely make the cut, you're not going to go to my daughter's graduation. No one's
Right.
saying anything.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so fuck no. This is a no-brainer. Play, Phil, play. We got a Kane attack. This is crazy. So it's some guy. This is so crazy that I'm almost woke on it. Like, I don't know how this, but they say the guy got arrested, right?
Like how could you be woke on it? Like the whole thing was fake?
I looked fake, like that old guy. Maybe he's an actor.
Like he's
I
He's
don't
like
know.
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah, I don't know. The guy, there's an old guy just walking down the street. He's curved.
He
He's
is
hunched.
he is the oldest guy.
He's
That
the-
guy was 200 years old.
He's father time, and this guy just beats him with a cane.
Didn't
What?
like his look.
He didn't like his
Didn't
look.
like
at
his
all.
look.
Listen, man.
Some guys you don't like the look.
Yeah, right.
Any other city, you can get woke on it.
Well, they said
this
there's been
fucking
multiple-
godforsaken town.
Right,
Cane
and there's been
attacks.
multiple attacks.
Of just
On
old
senior,
people?
Yeah, there's like this is the third attack on senior
At
citizens.
some level, this is kind of like the ice thing. You almost have to respect a guy who's just like, I hate fucking old people.
Right.
I'm gonna cane them.
Can you imagine being like
I'm gonna-
100 years old and you're still in this place? You're still in this city?
That's a good point.
Walk into the grocery store with your cart
You
thing,
almost
like,
deserve, you don't deserve to get caned, but
I mean, you need to just show
shouldn't be
yourself.
surprised
at that
when you
point.
do
It
get
is.
caned.
This
Right.
guy sending a message by using like their own weapon of the old people's like Kane as his weapon of choice.
Very symbolic. Very symbolic.
Yeah.
That's like a superhero villain movie.
Yeah, like
I kill the old with a cane.
Yeah. I feel bad
that,
when
actually.
I get like groceries and like an old person's like bagging. I can't even make eye contact. It's like your life.
But you
is-
still make sure they bag it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
Double bag that
making
milk,
them,
babe.
I'm not making them do the job, and I almost feel like it would be insulting to be like ageism just because you're old. I'm not gonna make you bag my shit. But I don't look at them. There is.
I mean, that's
I
really
once-
rough.
I-
Can you imagine that? You're so old, your life is so bad, all you need to do is just kill time so you bag groceries.
When I lived in
Ugh.
Abington, Massachusetts, there was an old guy who delivered Papagino's best pizza they had in fucking Abington, which says something about Abington. But I ordered Papagino's and they had an old delivery guy. I had to stop ordering. It's like I couldn't even look. I used to tip him like $100, like retire or something. Like I don't. This guilt trip that you're running on me when you old deliver my pizza because you still need a job is making me feel horrible. Old people, if they had any respect, would just like
Die.
Yeah.
get out.
Get off this planet.
Do the Bo Ryan, walk into the woods and just lay down next to a log.
Leonard Williams, your Jets, they're in the news.
man.
So I don't know who the two guys involved, but first it was very Jet story the way you did it. This story comes out like the Jets finally
couldn't
did
even
something
script it.
right, like
Yeah.
a pro athlete stops another guy from attacking a girl. And then the story progresses. It turns out it's just another Jet player who was attacking the girl.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. That's
So listen,
amazing.
here's how it started.
That's
so somebody
amazing.
tweeted me like, you got to check this thread out, and it was a guy who was at the governor's, or was it Governor's Ball? It was like a festival. of
Oh
some sort,
my
whatever. And he didn't really know sports. So this dude like tells the whole story, and he's like, and at the end, someone told me this is Leonard Williams of the Jets. I feel like he deserves a little credit. So yeah, all the Jets fans were like, hey, finally the first good piece of news we had. The only video they had was Snapchat spectacles.
Right.
And so you couldn't really see who it was, and everybody was like, the guy who was yelling was pretty big too. And like 2 minutes later, someone's like, the same exact clothes. Darren Lee was wearing it the same exact night. It's like,
So
yeah.
Jets.
So Jets.
Jets.
I just started laughing to myself. I was like, there's no other way that story could end any other possible outcome.
I've said this now.
It's a circus.
The number one thing that moving to New York
It's a
has done
fucking circus.
is your teams. They're something else.
They are. They're not just bad.
The
There's
Mets,
something
I
else.
still, every time I was watching, because I'm betting all these games, so I'm watching like MLB, like the season package. So I'm watching all these weird games, and every announcing crew was talking about Mr. Met. They're like, they got a situation down there in New York with that unfortunate incident with Mr. Met.
Oh,
and
man.
it's
I mean, that was a franchise-defining moment right there.
Did you hear the clip we played?
Yeah.
From like,
Yeah.
and Mr. Mick gets a warm welcome after that unfortunate incident. So yeah, that's the rundown. We got anything else? We got any?
Oh my God.
You got cucked by Edelman.
And I want to call it one nibble. Everyone knows the law.
It's one snack. Everybody knows the guidelines.
It's
That's-
one nibble.
that's a better name.
Everyone knows the law.
No.
Jerry, tell this guy it's one nibble. Everyone knows the law.
It's your show.
I know it's all right
show.
though.
Yeah, that was good. He was
Hard.
funny. It was a
See,
funny
the-
review.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, that was funny, and I don't like it because I'm starting to like Edelman.
No, he did a good job
And I
with
don't
it.
like
He
that
had
at
every
all.
callback you could ever have in the book, and I still don't
Almost a
know
little
whether
flattering in a way to
would
you,
Guy
no?
Fieri knew. I think he's just like, wow, a lot of people
No,
are
Guy
doing-
Fieri's not. Yeah.
Right, he's like they're just doing a lot of pizza
Guy
reviews.
Fieri's just along for the ride at all times.
He
We met him at the Super Bowl
Yeah.
party, yeah, and you did the pizza review.
a bananas move is correct at when he like was pretty. He was legitimately mad at how I pronounced his name, but
Yeah.
his born name is
Yeah,
Ferry.
yeah. When I met him at the Super Bowl party, I was like, "Hey, guy, like huge fan," and he just looks at me and he just goes, "My kid wants to meet Johnny Manziel."
Yeah, he was.
And I was like, "Okay."
I don't give a fuck about that.
He was all in. By the way, I think football is like in a bat cave somewhere, like working his ass. I haven't heard anything about
Comeback
him. Last
season.
time he was just throwing passes to.
Just needs one chance, right?
Yeah, to what's his name? To the Giants' wife.
Oh man, the takes that will hit
Odell?
the internet if Johnny Manziel gets a backup job and Colin Kaepernick doesn't.
Woo!
That is
You're
hot.
salivating
That's
over that.
spicy.
That's PMT
That is
material for weeks.
Spicy shit.
It seems fair. I think he's actually still. I'm not ruling anything out with that kid.
Pro Bowl.
I mean,
Comeback season.
I will say, Dave, if Johnny Manziel somehow goes to a Pro Bowl, that's going to be like almost bigger than any of your teams winning something, because that's like, I mean, that's really it'd be
beginning.
like buying Apple stock.
That would be
like,
a win.
out of
Tell this fucking asshole has a blog coming out that is the most Dave
What?
blog of all time.
Well, now it's up to my 18, but it started on the possession of my 18 greatest victories at Barstool
listing
Sports.
all of
It's a
his-
pretty
all of his
extensive
wins.
list.
Johnny Manziel would have that would be nice.
Yeah,
on
it
the
would
loss
be top 5.
He's on the
Right,
loss.
Would it
but
be
if he
top
ever
5?
comes back,
Well, no, I need a video.
But if he went, okay, so if Johnny Manziel comes back, goes to the Pro Bowl,
I mean, that's a victory.
right?
But I'm not
say
like.
Johnny Manziel wins a Super Bowl and you're popping champagne with him. Is that
Well,
a
if I
top
got
5?
the shot champagne, but like Jamie O'Grady's not a victory because I have nothing like
no video.
no video like moment to capture it.
Right. Got it.
So there's moments. There was another one that
His biggest win was the Patriots winning the Super Bowl. Like nothing personally to do with him at all. Just a team
that
win.
was a personal victory for me.
What was the biggest loss?
I have the losses gone. I mean, getting the arm wrestling was tough.
Arm wrestling when you didn't account for the air in Denver.
That was bad when you got played by the fake Mark Cuban on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but those don't have
That's
videos.
a picture.
Come
There's
on.
a picture.
This
Put
is
that
all
in.
video.
Why
There's
is it
a
have to be
picture.
video?
I have a good amount.
You sitting alone at a cafe in Nantucket is a big time L.
was
That's
good.
an L.
That's
That
a
was a
big
good
L.
trick. That was a good. Whoever did that, shout
Punt.
out.
What about punt? The punt competition.
Punts on the
The
list.
broken neck, yeah.
Broken.
Punts on the list.
When your body goes
Over.
over your fucking head.
Punts on the list. I started accumulating. There's actually a decent amount of L's. The
Okay.
Kevin Hayes is an L. Yeah, there's a bunch. That'll be coming out. I gotta finish it. All right, that's it.